Good afternoon. It is November the 1st of 2018, and we are looking at some big green candles on Bitcoin right now. And I was just getting ready for the live stream, and as I was, a number of liquidations were reported here. 607,000. The other one was 145,000. Here's one for $852,000. And here's some big orders in the green side going up there, just flowing in. So here's the video announcement, Bitcoin bears be warned. And here's another couple short liquidations earlier today. So there's many shorts getting completely liquidated. And I gotta say that if you're getting liquidated, you don't know your own risk control rules. And it's kind of amazing to see $1 million trades like that being liquidated. If you got $1 million to trade Bitcoin, I think there's more to trading than just having lots of money. So having lots of money is no guarantee that you actually know what you're doing. Crazy. And now we can see the trades piling up here in the live stream off to the side here, where we can see what's actually coming in the significant trades right now as we are looking at it. Very exciting days to see these kind of prices move, and very excited to be here to be part of it as it's happening. Very fantastic. So this show will have two parts. We're going to go through the bull market watch, and it's getting more and more obvious that the bull market is here. And now it's just a matter of gathering the data so that we can actually see it and know for certain that the cryptocurrencies are indeed taking off on a bull run. It's still got a ways to go, but as we can see in the short-term prices here in the 5-minute bars, it's a pretty exciting day today. Prices have rejected this low from the other day as prices spiked down, and there was a whole bunch of liquidations as this moved up. And now prices have settled sideways, and more liquidations as prices have gone up. Sir, this time Bitcoin will go up or down? Well, I'm a bull. I've been a bull for quite a while, and I think it's going to be going up considerably. And I've been a bull because of what we've been doing here for the last month, and doing the long, slow, detailed, methodical analysis of all of the cryptocurrencies. And they are all showing bottom formations and taking off before Bitcoin is actually doing its thing. Now, the other day, somebody posted a video in our Discord chat. And let me just bring that up here. Where there are 4 Bitcoin wallets that have accumulated almost $1 billion worth of Bitcoin since we started to go sideways 4 weeks ago. So that there's more Bitcoin has been sold over the counter than any exchange owns. And there's a video here that you could search for, proof that institutions are secretly buying Bitcoin in mass. And if that's happening behind the scenes, we're in for a real big run in Bitcoin prices. So I think they are going up. And I think that all of the cryptocurrencies we've been watching, making these nice bottom formations following the simple trading plan, so many of them are going to be going up. We're going to be catching many 5 and 10 times moves in prices, partly because of the excitement and partly because we have different category of buyers stepping in now. There's enough trust in the cryptocurrency market. The Security and Exchange Commission has cleaned up a whole bunch of crap. All of the losses from all those ICOs that were just a whole bunch of fantasy dreams and no real good products, most of those have been cleaned up. And it might be like the stock market bubble back in the tech days and the tech boom when everybody was excited about the internet at the beginning. It all went way up and then it crashed way down. And then, of course, it's just been on a steady climb because it is a real change in business that really actually works. So I think that these cryptocurrencies are going to be marching way higher. And, of course, if you haven't already, go and check out, search YouTube for the popcorn trading style or strategy for cryptocurrencies, because that's going to become really important as well here too. So I'd like to welcome you guys who are watching the stream right now. Thank you for being here. Give me a second and tell me, where in the world are you from? While you're typing that in, I'll put in the risk disclaimer that I'm not a trading advisor. These are not trading advice. This is not trading recommendations. I'm just going through my own trading journal and sharing it, and hopefully it helps you as well. But certainly not meant to be acting as any kind of trading advice. So where in the world are you guys from that are watching? Are you from North America? Are you from over in Europe somewhere? Pretty quiet bunch there today. From Kelowna, BC, Hey, Irma, good to see you here. Matisse, good to see you from Argentina. I've been down close to Argentina. I've been through quite a bit of Brazil, but not familiar with Argentina itself. I always get that song in my mind. GA, USA. Nice down there. Germany. I don't know how to say hello in German. I know a couple German phrases, just enough to get my face slapped. But that's it. Great to have you here from across the pond. That's awesome. Yes, Susie1 from our Discord chat, and I'm glad to have you here. I see you're on the Discord as well right now. And we got Mr. Soph Coast just joined us over on the server. No, that was earlier today, so I've already added him as a community member. Well, there is a link to our Discord chat below. Yes, Argentina has a crazy inflation rate in our local currency. Absolutely. Joseph, good to have you here. Thanks for subscribing to the channel as well. I appreciate that. And Matisse, I was just watching a thing about the price of gold and silver in Argentina, as well as when your currency is going through all of its woes. So hopefully things work out there, and I'm glad to have you here. I think that right now is such an important time to be in cryptocurrencies. I think it's going to be bigger and better than what we saw from March to July of 2017. And that was astronomical, but I think we're in for even better right now. I really do. And so this stream is going to have two parts, and I'm going to go through the second part first, just so that I can have it done. Here is the price of silver. Price of silver since 1999, a bull run, a massive, huge run up. Does that look like a cryptocurrency chart to you, or what? And then all the way back down, it's making a massive 1, 2, 3 bottom formation over a 2.5 year period. Huge. And as we zoom in here to this price level, it's actually making a bottom formation. If I go to the 1 hour bar, zoom back so that we can see that formation now. Look at this bottom formation here. 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, and the prices are coming up to be breaking above that number 2 point. The simple trading plan for silver. And I started trading over on simplefx.com, and I started doing a live stream just on that, and I won't talk too much about it here because there's other videos. You can go to intro-to-cryptos.ca/simplefx, and that'll take you to the live streams that I'm doing as I'm trading on SimpleFX. So here is my trade so far right now. You can see I'm up 30.6%, and I just put a little bit of Bitcoin in here. I put 0.0146 Bitcoin, and it has done pretty well in this chart here so far. There's my entry price at 14.44, and the price is up to 14.74 here today. So that's only 30 odd cents difference, but I'm doing this trade at 20 times leverage, and I'll be very keen to watch this over time, and I'll be reporting on that trade on my journal. And I don't have the link below the video, but it's just intro-to-cryptos.ca/simplefx. And I'll be documenting what I'm doing with this silver trade over time. So there's the second part of the video. I'll probably send out some details on that and have a little update on that later, just a quick section of our details. But the main part we're here to do is the cryptocurrency monster spreadsheet update here so that we can see where are we in the bull market development. So Bitcoin is wonderful right now. Let's start off with Ardor. How are we looking for the chart? You can see everything good there? Looks okay. Guten Tag auf Deutsch. You sprachen Sie Deutsch as well, Irma? All right, so let's zoom out to the 3-month view. I'm gonna have to clean that up. 3-month view, it seems to me. All right, zoom this back. So this had turned into a cold fish, but now it's bouncing and turning around. So if I zoom into the 1-week view, we can see kind of a 1, 2, 3 bottom here. Not really good. It's kind of a 3, 2, 1 bottom actually. 3 times off that, and then prices have blasted back up. If I look in the 1-month view, in the 4-hour bars, the moving averages still haven't crossed over. So, of course, in hindsight, you can always see that maybe this one was okay to stay in, and you may not have needed to get out when that market crossed over into a cold fish status. But I have to have a specific, repeatable, clear way of dealing with all these. So I'm going to move this out of the way so that I can have it on a different screen, and I can just fill out the colors as we go along. So I've changed the color of the cold fish bars in the spreadsheet so that everybody can see it more clearly. I had one of the guys say that the colors were too close together. It was hard for him to distinguish the green from the blue. So I've made that darker. Basic attention token, of course, is remaining a buy signal. It was a nice buy signal earlier out of this bottom formation, and it stays holding its buy signal, and it may even be ripe for the add-on signal. It didn't pull back as deeply as I normally want, so it's sort of a matter of judgment here, but it's pulled back. It's made an internal 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, and it could be a time to be adding on to that. I won't mark it on the sheet as an add-on though. So if you have any questions, oh, you speak French as well. Wow. I speak a little Portuguese, but that's it. And when we learned French in school here, when in Canada, I was a kid and I never learned anything. I learned more from Sesame Street than from school. Bitcoin Cash, laying flat along this bottom, not the trading signal we're looking for. So I'll leave it as a neutral rather than a near fail as last time. And then we have BNT. Wow. That's taken off. Let's go to Binance so we get some longer term perspective on that. Okay, it looked like a big wow taken off, but it's still below the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation and giving a crossover here. Although it may be a springboard, it may have been a springboard trade entry earlier. I'll talk about that more later, but it's more detailed inside my book, which is coming up, and there's only 2 more days left to be purchasing that book before the sale is done and it'll be full price again. So this one is still marked as neutral. BCN. Still marked as a fail, but I am watching this one to see when this turns into its own little bottom formation and may take off. But according to the simple trading plan, it is still marked as a fail. So it's been a fail since that delisting on Binance. And then let's go on to the price of Bitcoin, looking at BitMEX and Great Algeria. Good to have you here. Maldi Zain. I have many of those BCN from a long time ago. I took a bit of a kicking on that one because I was buying into it. I thought I saw the pattern looking so great, and then it got delisted, which ruined everything. So don't give up on it. I think it still may have a pump left in it. Now, as for Bitcoin, according to the simple trading plan, it's still not a buy signal. So we've got the downtrend line. It's getting so close to breaking that it's hard to draw it so that it's not breaking it. It's very close. We have the 1, 2, 3 bottom, and the moving averages are starting to show a little bit of magnetism toward each other again, but it still hasn't broken high enough to give us a trading signal according to the simple trading plan. Of course, if we zoom in, we could see that there's a little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation right here, and prices are broken above that. And so depending on when you want to get in, this is a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. There's lots of different places where there could be entries in this, and I'm very bullish. I think that this is going to be taking off and going up and up and up. But according to the simple trading plan, you don't want to jump in on a fake out breakout and then have it turn around on you. You want to wait far enough so that the price manipulating bots are not just pushing things around to screw people over. And that's one of the reasons that this trading plan evolved over time to have these filters put into it. So Bitcoin will remain as a neutral marking in the spreadsheet. And I see we have very few people watching the spreadsheet right now, and normally there's 10 people checking it out all at the same time. So here is the quick link to the spreadsheet so that you can jump in there and be watching as I go along. Let's go to burst, and it's picked up a little bit. It's got that little tick up. Everything that is laying along this 1, 2, and then laying along the number 3 point now is actually looking pretty good. So I'm going to take this one off being a near fail and leave it neutral. Clam, again, is another one that's laying along its number 3 point and giving some strength. So it comes off of the near fail list and goes back to neutral. Civic Coin was a great trade. It's blasting off even more. So it's been a buy signal for a while, and it's taking off as a verified, even when I was hesitating and I thought I put the buy signal in there too soon, now it's taking off out of that more conservative buy area. So that's also great. Here's another one that I'm calling, I've traded this for quite a while. Hey, Professor Wally, thank you for purchasing the book. I appreciate that. I sent you off an email. Hopefully you got that. And be sure to drop into the Discord chat. Let me know who you are so that I can update your status there. There's some private areas for you to get access to. And some important stuff that's coming on now. As I'm just sort of mentioning here, the springboard variation of the simple trading plan. And that's what this market looks like it's building up to right now. So if I zoom out and I'm in the 12-hour bars, Dash is, for the simple trading plan, I have to mark it as neutral, but it's got some potential right where it stands. Decreed. Now we know it did a big jump up when it was listed on Binance, and it's pulled back, and look at this wonderful spot for either adding on or jumping in on it. It's got 1, 2, 3 times on this. We've got a really nice, it's its own little baby 1, 2, 3 bottom formation here, and a descending wedge triangle. After this blast and then a pullback, it's down past its 50% level in the Fibonacci retracement. So if we go from the top of that candle to the bottom here, stretch it out, it's back down below the 26%. It's down to the 12th percentile basically. And I like it. I like that chart. It looks like a great add-on spot. And that's what I'm looking for, the big charge up. And then when it comes back down, if this was a popcorn maneuver, then this is where I'd be adding back onto that trade. If I had purchased in here and layered out my sell orders from 5,900 up to 8,500, I would have taken that profit and then wait for it to make that stabilized formation to add back on. I could have grown my position that way. And I think I have popcorn sell orders in that one layered out, but higher than those prices. Really good. I like it. So this remains a buy, and I'm going to mark it as an add-on. just so that I can track that over time. Digibyte. So this is still a near fail. Still a near fail. It's given a little bit of holding itself off the bottom, but I'm going to leave it marked as a near fail. It hasn't picked up enough off of there to redeem itself for having failed back to where it is. And Dogecoin, still within this range, could be an internal 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. Now that it's pulled back into the 23 percentile or 30 percentile, this could be a bottom formation and a turnaround. We'll have to watch this and see how it goes over time. I'll leave it marked as neutral right now. Then we're going to go to EOS, and I'm going to go over to Binance just so that we have the longer term history in it. It remains neutral, but we've got some pretty nice higher lows going on here. I like this higher lows going on through here. And a nice triangle formation building up. Beautiful. I actually think it's going to just take right off out of this, but it's still not an official trading signal. It's still marked as neutral in our spreadsheet. Now back to Poloniex and look at Ethereum Classic, which had been marked as a fail and remains a fail. That's not doing anything good. So in the fight, Ethereum Classic against Ethereum, Classic has lost. Ethereum, it's down to some significant lows, and I was saying earlier that I think that's because of all of the ICOs for all of these different, so many ICOs were selling all of their Ethereum that they got as part of their release of their ICO, and they're selling it to have some cash because everything's going down. It's driven Ethereum prices way down below where they should be, and I think this is going to be rebounding back up big time. As Bitcoin goes, so is Ethereum going to go. But according to the simple trading plan, it hasn't broken out of the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, and the moving averages haven't crossed over, so it remains marked neutral in our spreadsheet. Then if I go on to Factum, it's still an alert. It's still looking good, but it hasn't broken out of where it stands. So I'll mark it as an alert again. Game credits, looking good, although we had, I don't like this big candle wick. This was some pretty nasty volatility up and down, up and down. So these are big pre-pump candles. Actually, that's not negative. There's some selling going on, but those are big pre-pump candles right at the takeoff level. So I had left it marked as neutral. And if it pumps up a little bit and it's starting to push itself against these levels to break this kind of triangle, then I'll upgrade it to an alert. But it is very close to being an alert status right now. Edging. Gas. Also neutral and just hanging out there. It made this big candle earlier and settled back, and it's just sort of hanging out waiting for something to go on. Nothing to say about that one. Just leave it as neutral. GNT has been a buy for a while. I like that it's come up. It's retested these areas and showing some more strength right now. So it just, sit and hold that buy. And I'm glad that I did buy some of that, and I am sitting and holding it. Hunter Coin. It had upgraded itself to a neutral because it's making its own new little bottom formation here, and I'll leave it remaining as a neutral. It's probably going to have to come up and break these levels before it turns into a buy or an alert. So I'll leave it as neutral. Now I'm going to jump back to Binance and go and take a look at Kyber Network. This one was a buy signal earlier. It's come up and it's retested these areas, so it remains a buy signal. If you were really aggressive and really like this project, you might bump that up to an add-on signal because it's making a little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation off of support and resistance from this trade. So that's actually pretty good. And we're in the 1 hour bars here. We can see the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, and it's pushing against the top there, the 1 hour bars it's crossing over. So if you were really believing in this project and that actually could be an add-on signal, I won't be that aggressive with the simple trading plan though. I'll wait for it to come up considerably and then come back before I do that. ICX, while we're here on Binance, ICX. ICX is looking great. Are we in the 12-hour bars? Yeah, so it's easily broken the downtrend line. We have a 1, 2, 3 all the way along here. The moving averages crossed and then uncrossed again. So we had 2 of the 3 trading signals up here. We have the break of the downtrend line easily. And then we have the 1, 2, and it's laying along the number 3.1, 2, 3, 4 times. So it's not an official trading signal for the simple trading plan yet. It's going to have to pop up from where it is, but it's looking pretty good. And it could be the springboard trade, which is a variation of the simple trading plan that I explain more in my book. A good one to bring up as an alert for everybody. Thank you very much, Swad. Thank you. And as a favor to me, if you guys like what we're doing here and you think this would be helpful for other people, please take a second and share this video in your favorite Discord chat area. Hello, Trollbox1. That's one of the places on Discord that I go and check out and read up what the guys are doing there. So, as a favor to me, take this video and share it in your favorite Discord group, on a Facebook group, over on LinkedIn, or if you're in a Telegram group, share it over there and let's get the word out. Share as many people as possible to take advantage of these bottom formations right now. I know that when this happened in March of 2017 and I was doing the videos on it and getting the word out as much as I could, thousands of more people could have had that information and made benefit from it. You never know what the future is. I don't know if this is going to take off like it did there before, but I'm banking on it personally and I'm trading on it. Library credit, and I want to share this with as many people as possible. This is a great trading methodology. This is my way of paying forward for all the people who helped me out over time. So library credit actually marked it as a buy signal earlier and then prices pulled back. It's probably a little premature to mark it as a buy signal out of this little 1, 2, 3, but the moving average did cross over. So sometimes the 1, 2, 3 happens in that short of a time frame, but now we're seeing a larger 1, 2, 3 mature. So if this was too quick for you, then this larger one is still pretty interesting. I'll leave it marked as a buy signal on the chart because it's still a valid buy. The moving averages have not crossed back over. They're getting close, and it hasn't broken below the number 3 point. So in a couple different ways, it's still a buy. Now let's go back to Binance and take a look at Loom, where we have enough trading space. Sure enough, 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, really nice buy signal up and pulling back a little bit. So if you're aggressive and you really like Loom on this pullback right at these historical levels, really great. Just so, I don't know, the cryptos seem to have read the technical analysis books themselves and they just land on these areas so perfectly. It's phenomenal. I can't say it's easier to trade cryptos than anything else, but they really line up. And now we're going down to Lisk. And what's going on with Lisk? I would say this is a springboard trade entry, but it's not a trade entry for the simple trading plan. It's actually still hanging out the near fail area. 1 month view, zooming in. It's not picked up enough to show a turnaround in momentum. I'm surprised. I thought this project would actually have more guts and glory. Litecoin, it's right on the edge here as well, a near fail. But if I zoom into the 1 month view, then we're starting to see some changes. Right at the same time that Bitcoin has made this bottom and is giving a little tick up, so is Litecoin. If we zoom in to the 3-day view, we can really see where Litecoin, I called it a fail here, but then it's broken out. It's got higher lows here, and it's broken above this little 1, 2, 3 bottom and showing strength there. So I take it off the near fail list and just give it neutral, because for the simple trading plan, it's got some work to do to come up high enough to turn into a trading signal. I've got big belief in Litecoin though. I think it's going to be going up 10 times in value from what it was, from what it is now. There's a noisy motorcycle. And check out MadeSafe Coin. I drew this scribble the other day thinking I like that MadeSafe Coin has come up, but I'd like it to come back and mature a little bit before it breaks up higher for me to really feel that this is a bottom formation within a bottom formation. And look at how it's matched this scribble I put on the thing. So let's see how this plays out over the next few days. So it's still not a buy signal, and I'm going to take it off the alert status because it needs to rebuild now. So it's just back to a neutral coin. And let's go to Binance and go to Mana. Oh, this is looking good. It's so close. Okay, I did call it a buy signal the other day, and it's still holding up above that, so I'm going to leave it as a buy. Navcoin, we called it a buy signal, and we called it an add-on signal, and then it was kind of maybe not an add-on signal, and now it's showing strength again. So I'll leave it as a buy and just talk about those add-on signals as it goes along, because I really do want to leave a further pullback before the add-on, and might have been a little bit premature, but it's still looking like if you had the patience, it might not have been too bad. Back to Poloniex. And the next one we're looking at is Namecoin. Namecoin. Fail. Wow. I didn't see that coming. I marked it as a near fail the last couple days, but I wasn't expecting it to fail. So that's one of the few actually that's failed while everything else is perking up and looking so good. So that's something. Now NXT 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. It's forming up a nice bottom formation here. So a break above these levels would be really good. We're on the 12-hour bars. We can see the moving average crossed over, and touching here. So when it does break above this, it would turn into a buy signal, but it's not enough to call it an alert, and it's not enough to call it a buy signal. So I'll leave it as neutral. And then we're looking at OMG. Hello, Andreas. Good to have you here. Thank you very much. We're going through the list of coins to see which ones are giving us a bull signal and which ones are not. And I'm going to put in the link to the Google Sheet again. Did that work? This is the Google Sheet that we're working on and updating. And if you are new to following along this video series, come and join us on our Discord community as well. Now OMG is making a tighter bottom formation here. The moving average is coming closer together. I like this chart now, and it was kind of a low budge and fading off and fading off and fading off here with lower lows and lower lows, but it's found its bottom here on the 13th of October or so about. It's made a number 2 point and come back and retested and showing strength. It really does match what Bitcoin is doing. If we go into the 3-day view, we can see that it really matches Bitcoin and has been showing more strength relative to Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin cracked, so did this. As Bitcoin was being threatened, so did this. But now it's really building up. It's not quite an alert yet. If it edges up a little bit more, I'll call it an alert though. It's looking pretty good. Omni, this one was a fail for a while, and then it's redeemed itself. It's got its own little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, building up some strength here. The moving averages are coming close together. Pretty soon, I'll have to mark it as an alert. It's getting pretty nice. Surprise, surprise, after such a steady down, 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 down for so many days. It's really got a springboard effect happening there. Pascal, one of our favorite, for mine, 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, really gave some early juice before everything else. It's come back down and gave us an add-on signal there, and off it moved up. I didn't mark it as an add-on, but I'm going to, when it breaks above these levels, I'm going to say that there's an add-on right there. And one thing that I don't have marked in the charts, maybe I'll pull that back and see. I did. So on October the 8th, I did mark this as a cold fish and said to get out. And then it came back into an alert status. And then we marked it as a rebuy in on that. Rather than an add-on, this little 1, 2, 3 bottom was a rebuy on that trade. So that is pretty interesting to monitor my own thinking over time as well. So it's a green, it's a buy right now, and a break above that, you know, once a trade is proven you correct, add on to it so that you are bigger when you're right. And when you're first putting on a trade, only put on a portion of what you're planning to put on in total. So then if you are wrong and you get out of it, your small losses are smaller. And then when you're right, you add on and your winners are bigger. It's a statistical way of approaching risk control that really makes a big difference. So Pascal, I'll mark it as a continuation in the buy. Next, we'll do PPC, which was neutral. It still stays neutral. It's within the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. We're looking at the 12-hour bars. The moving averages are coming to cross over, but it's not enough of a bottom formation turnaround yet to turn into a buy signal, and not even an alert right now. So that one is interesting. I'll have to go back and see what I was talking about on the 26th and the 28th of October, because there's some changes there. Quantum, this doesn't have enough data, so I'll go to Binance and scroll down to Quantum. So when we see a longer term data, it changes the shape of the chart, it changes the where we're standing. It's making a good 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. The moving average crossed over, came up, and it's come back to touch the number 2 point, which is quite normal. Things that come out of a 1, 2, 3 bottom often come back and retest the number 2 point. So it's stayed as a buy signal all the way through, and it remains a buy signal now. Love it. Now back to Poloniex and down to Rep. Rep was a buy signal, and it still holds as a buy. So as we're going through this, we're seeing more and more of them lining up as buys. I can't wait to add up the spreadsheet at the end, and I'll get the automatic adding up script put in there too. This was an alert and remains an alert for Steam dollars. It's holding flat along there. It's got to give some more energy into that, some more buying before I can call it a buy signal. Coin has been an add-on for a while. So we bought in, and then it came back and we called it an add-on signal. It's come back to test those levels again. If I zoom into the 1 week view, it's come right back to test them hard, but it's given a little tick upwards. So depending on your risk tolerance, this would have been an add-on here, and then you'd have to just be swimming and waiting for that. But I think it's got lots of great potential, and I'll leave it as an add-on signal because those moving averages haven't crossed over yet. Pretty sketchy though. I should have probably waited for a longer, bigger move for it to come up to, say, the 50% level in the chart overall, come up to this level, maybe up to this level to hit some support and resistance, then come back down and give an internal 1, 2, 3 bottom. But I was a little quick on the draw, I think. Even though it may turn out well, this support and resistance may not have been the time to be doing that. And I want to document that over time so that in the next bull run, I'm more prepared and more prepared and more prepared. Let's go and take a look at SNT over on Binance where there's more. We got a buy signal. This was an alert, then it was neutral, then it was an alert, and now it's a buy signal. Love to see a new buy signal coming in. Breaking above the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. The moving average is crossing over. Bing, bing, bing. Everything that we're looking for. And they're just lining up all over the place right now. Steam. Down to Steam. It's shaping up. I'll leave it as an alert. It's got a little bit more to go before it turns into a buy signal, but it's still an alert and still looking pretty good. It might have been one to pick up as a springboard trade earlier, but right now it's just an alert for the simple trading plan. This is a great one. It was a buy signal earlier. We nailed it. We saw it. And then they made an announcement that their version 3 is coming out. And they've got some really good partnerships for storage coin. What is this? The FTP FileZilla. New subscriber. Yay! And that knocks my hit points down. See this guy bouncing into the tip jar over on the side? It's knocked my hit points down on the Polo Charts TV down there. So the more subscribers coming in, the more it knocks down those hit points. If there's any tips that come in, or what do you call those, super chats on the chat, those also knock down the hit points of the Polo Charts TV. And whoever knocks it down to 0 gets to be the new stream boss. Your name will be there until it's tipped down and out and somebody else replaces it. So here's where the announcement came out, right here, that they're upgrading their system and it's all going to rock and roll. It's going to be like Amazon Cloud. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to have a great revenue stream. And then it blasted off, came back down, looking a little bit soft here. I would wait for it to hit these support and resistance levels before considering it now. But I was lucky enough to buy in on that, where I put that arrow, because I got the news, I saw the chart pattern, I thought, I'm buying in, and I put some more on there. So storage remains a buy signal. Next is STR, which I just marked as a cold fish. And it's still hanging as a cold fish. I didn't sell out of mine. I didn't do anything with my trade. I'm just holding on to it because it's still within this big massive triangle. But I'll leave it as the simple trading plan as a cold fish. Wrong cold. This one. And Strat now. Stratus has been a buy for a bit. It's done a little bit of a pullback here, but it still remains a buy in the simple trading plan. Then we're on to Syscoin. And it's been an alert, and then it pulled back to neutral, and then it's an alert again. And I'll leave it as an alert because I'm expecting that it's going to pop. And so I want to be checking it to see. I want to keep my eye on it regularly. Viacoin was a buy signal earlier, and sure enough, a great buy signal. Really is doing well. So this is another one that as time goes along, I'll go back to these buy signal days and I'll type in the price that it was at that buy signal, and we'll do some hypothetical calculations on what you could have made if you would have followed these buy signals as we were going through. This one remains as a near fail, floating right along these bottoms like that. And Counterparty, the surprise buy signal, is still holding a buy signal status. So that's 4 different streams that we've done here checking this out. It's still doing good. XEM. This one's lining up to be a springboard trade entry. But on the simple trading plan, it's not yet ready. So it's got the downtrend line break. It's got the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. The moving average is crossed, uncrossed, and they have to mature. It may, through this range here, be may turn into the buy signal. So right now I'll leave it marked as neutral. XMR was marked as an alert and still remains as an alert because of these 1, 2, 3 bottom formation right here, right off of the number 2 point of this earlier 1, 2, 3 bottom breakout. Really nice, actually. That's a nice chart pattern. And then on to Prime Coin, which has been marked as a fail for a while. Wow, still a fail. So there's only a few coins now that are like obvious terrible failures. Ripple we had marked as an add-on last time, or that was yesterday, and it's still marked as an add-on. I'm still thinking it's going to be doing some dancing here right away. Let's zoom in a little bit. 1 month view. Look at that pressuring against this. It looks like it's just going to take right off. And in the 1 week view, when we're looking at the 1 hour bars, look at that. Really fantastic. That coin has been delisted. And we're looking at Zcash fading back. I left it as neutral. I can't do anything else but leave it as neutral right now. If I zoom in on it, it's got some work to do before this one picks up. And then ZRX, which is another, I understand, a platform where it's offering cloud storage. And this is the token associated with it. We saw the buy signal, and then it was announced that it was going to be listed on Coinbase and really did some running up. So it was a nice buy signal find on that one because it was a few days before the official news came out. Now let's count up the greens. This may be the last day that I actually do the counting by hand. We have 1, 2, 3 add-ons. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I love that $1 million trade there on the screen right here. Another $1 million trade. Wow. Okay, I lost my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 greens. Same as yesterday. I thought we had a new buy signal. Alerts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alerts. May have to recount this. Neutrals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 alerts. That's up. Neutrals rather. That's up considerably. Where did we lose all the other ones? Gone cold. We have 1, 2. They're much easier to see with this color. Near fails. 1, 2, 3. So there's where some of the change happened. 5 of them. And the complete fails. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, Ethereum Classic was the one that was the new fail. Copy this, put it in place. So I did miscount again. I'll have to go back and I'll add this script in there soon. Now let's update this sheet here with row AH. Edit chart AH. And change it. So I've got this in the way, so I couldn't watch it update as it happened, but there's many more neutral coins, few less positive and many less negative. So it's still momentum wise showing us the bull market is more verified, and that's what we're looking for, is the verification that bull market is really here, because it's all going to happen at the same time. Look at all these turning green here. I must have miscounted that. But I'll put that script in there so it does the counting for me. All right. And that's wrapping it up. We really burned through it here today. I don't know how long this stream has been. I don't have it where it's showing me the numbers. But only 45 minutes, faster than before. You normally would take an hour and something. I see we got a couple more people joined us on Discord. I'll add you as a community member. And GBU Wally, I'll add you as a trader because you are a guy that purchased the book, and I appreciate that. I was working on a special bonus video to go along with the book, and that'll be released on Saturday. And again, there are only 2 days left to purchase the book on the sale price. You can save 40% and you get all sorts of bonuses to go along with it. And you may wonder, do I need the book? No, I try to give away enough of the free stuff that you don't need the book. You should be able to make money just from following this simple trading plan from this training right here. But if you do purchase the book, you get the first bonus is more detail on the bull market study so that you can go back over 200 screenshots of all of the entries and the exits from the last 3 different bull markets so that you can really get those pattern recognition skills built into your brain cells. Another bonus is you get special recognition in our Discord community. You get upgraded to the trader role, and you get private access to some of the private trading journal area. In addition, this is all of the table of contents for the book. Really some great stuff going on here. New super chat, Professor Wally, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And you are the new stream boss, Professor Wally. You've just kicked my butt, and away we are. I think one of the most important things in the new book is the springboard variation and more detail about the popcorn strategy and different variations for catching the popcorn moves. I talk about the 4 stages of the pump and dump scheme and how to profit from it without participating. And I give some trading rules for different trading pools in there. And in addition, you get a couple interviews that were done by me or of me. And my short story, which tells the whole story of how I started off from 1995 until now, trading, practicing, and all of the lessons I learned along the way. I am very happy to have you along, Professor Wally, and everybody else that's here too. You guys who are letting me know where in the world you are from, and you are coming back day after day. I really appreciate your audience. And if the free stuff is all you need and you're starting out like I was back in 2015, I had 0 Bitcoin. People gave me tips online and I started trading that. And I remember in the summer of 2015 where I took 50 cents and I turned it into $5. And I was so excited. And I was at a party and I was telling my buddy, hey, I just turned 50 cents into $5. And he laughed and said, now you can buy me a beer. But for me, it didn't seem that he really got it, that I just 10 times my money. And it wasn't a little bit later that I took that $5 and I turned it into $25. Another 5 times on my money. And I didn't see it as 50 cents into $5 and $5 into 25. I saw it as 1,000 into 10,000 and 10,000 into 50,000. Because all I had to do was have a different sized position and do the same thing. So if you guys are just starting off with very little bits and you are doing these trades and it's turning into something significant for you and you're able to do that, let me see if I'm still logged in over here. And I'll drag this down. Because here's an example of using this very same trading plan. And right now I'm up 30% on this trade from today. 30.6%. By trading my Bitcoin on silver. And I entered at 1444 here, and it's gone up 30 odd cents in silver, but at 20 times leverage, that gives me a 30% profit. And it's the very same strategy. It's the same thing, just applied differently. And I started off with about $100 worth of Bitcoin in here. Very small. You don't have to have a lot, but it's not the dollar gain that's the key thing. It's the percentage gain that is the most exciting thing. So I love sharing this stuff because I really want to hear your success stories afterwards. So thanks again for tuning in here today. And a super big thank you to Professor Wally, who is now our new stream boss. And if you want to take over the stream boss position, you can get other people to subscribe to the channel or kick in a tip here to the channel, and it'll knock down Professor Wally's hit points. Now let's zoom into what's actually happening. Clean up these, zoom into the 1 minute bar, and love it. Now here's something that isn't so lovey, but I want to bring it down and just share it. $141,000 short position liquidated. $607,000 short position liquidated. 852,000 short position liquidated. So I watch these all the time, and when these things, here's another, two of them liquidated at the same time. 185,000, 127,000. So it's Bitcoin's 10th birthday today as well. Happy birthday, Bitcoin. Here's a good one. The bears teasing the Bitcoin bulls. And another good piece of information, that the institutional investors are buying Bitcoin in mass. These are all great things going on here in Bitcoin. Here's another one, 131,000 position liquidated. 100,000, $491,000 position liquidated. $1.9 million position liquidated. I think that we're in for a big bull run here. And I am very excited because I am all laid out in all sorts of different long trades and just waiting for those bucks to roll in like they did back in March of 2017. Thank you again, Professor Wally. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing finishing touches on the book, and it'll be out on Saturday morning. I'll send it out to everybody along with the bonus video that I just shot today that is talking about the springboard variation of the simple trading plan, and a couple of really fantastic examples of them shaping up in the charts right now. So it's really timely stuff. Anyway, thank you everybody again for being here, and I'll sign off and look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow to update this bull market spreadsheet and keep tracking exactly when the bull market is moving, and to track if it only is a fake out breakout and it's going to be like March and April where it went up a little bit and then everything faded off. We can't rest once we get into these trades. We got to be vigilant until prices have gone up high enough that our stop losses are protecting us. And the first little while of taking off in a plane is the most dangerous. The first while of taking off in a new trade is the most dangerous. So let's all pay attention over this next while. Awesome to have you here. I appreciate you sharing your time with me here, and we'll chat again next time.